while I place my violin into its case. It's a battered little thing, black leather faded and scuffed. My father gave it to me years ago, with my initials stamped along the side. M.A., the music of my heart. Not a very good turn of phrase, as his heart ceased beating only 2 weeks after. Or not very good music, I think, loosening the hair of my bow before setting it inside. I gather up the violin case and take one last glance down the cliff. The sirens have barely moved. One has twisted around slightly, so I can see the knife edge of her cheekbone, not enough to see her eyes properly. Before I have, at the right angle and with enough light, and their wide, dark eyes seem to mirror the deepest parts of the sea. It was my father who first brought me to them, taught me how to clean salt from violin strings, where to watch sirens without being seen, how to protect myself with cold iron and charms. He showed me an island smeared in blood, and I fell in love with it. On those days, when the sky was still pink with dawn, my father told me the island's folktales. He brought me to the beach and spoke of the creatures the sea sheltered, of the magic that dwelt on Twillingyle's shores. And when the moon shone overhead, full and bright as a coin, ghost stories were told. The souls of those killed by sirens said to wander the cliffs evermore. But today is wind-blown and damp, fog misting around me, clinging to my dress. These are the days for ballads and sorrow, remembrances of widows standing in my place, waiting on the cliffs, not knowing their husbands had already been swept out to sea. The beach gives way to rocks that rise above the waves like chipped grave markers. It's scenery the tourists adore. Dark green swaths of moss and red-brown grass, the sheer face of the crag stained salt white. I don't know whether the sirens watch me as I leave, or if the cliff's edge holds a pull of its own. Whichever way, my heart feels leaden as I head for home. But I have long realized a piece of it will always belong to the sea. Chapter 2. The salt water will ruin it. My mother shuffles around our tiny kitchen, making cakes, and still finds time to pause to lecture me. Often when she begins to repeat herself, I pay her no mind. But the changing weather puts me in an argumentative spirit. Evidently not, as it still sings. She looks at me, disapproving that I've spoken out of turn. The lamplight makes her look more weary than usual. Or rather, my presence has. Her hands are covered in flour, and whatever storm is brewing outside, the smell of baking suffocates it inside. The air is made sickly sweet by the scent of honey and melted butter left to congeal in one of the bowls on the counter. Opening the stove, my mother scrapes another full pan across the grills before saying, "Then it would make no difference for you to play at the dance hall." It would make a world of difference, as she well knows. I like playing by the cliff. I would much prefer you didn't, Moira. It's dangerous, not to mention foolish besides. She gives a small shake of her head. Playing music for sirens, even your father wasn't so senseless. The cunning retort I was set to offer sticks in my throat. Playing for the sirens fills a dark and hollow yearning, a cavernous desire I've no other way to appease. My mother's eyes fix on the stove, shining with the knowledge that she has said something insightful. My gaze shifts to the one window in the room. Its lace curtains are drawn back, showing rain clouds heavy on the horizon. The gale will turn the island bleak and wild, the light already failing as darkness settles over us like